Hi YouTube, I hope I don't get cut off. I hope you're doing well today. Um, I'm going to share Frank Shot Pearson. He's got a good video on colors that the hidden hand wears and how they communicate like that, and some other information in the news and different things. Some things you might be aware of and some things not. And he says a really nice prayer at the end for everybody. So, if that's not your thing, he doesn't care either. He just loves people, and his information's righteous. And he's not no dummy. He's been around the block and been in some circumstances that really give him a bigger voice. And so, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. I had a very strange experience last night. Um, I know witchcraft was used on a live stream. I'm not going to name the names right now, not to be rude or vague or anything else. I'm waiting for backup from God with a little more facts, something that I can use to present what I need to present, and it will come. When I need things, they just happen like that. So I hope you all enjoyed a deep look into definitions of words. That's what the Dark Cabal is all about. That they're so deep that a normal conversation isn't normal at all, you know. And I'm sure you've experienced that or do it yourself. How you can talk with a friend or somebody that you know well, or just a stranger you just met, and it will go over the heads of everybody around you, you know. So that type of thing, they do it all the time. And with the number in the letter affiliation from the Dark Cabal from the very beginning, this is a part of all languages everywhere, all over the world. So I'm going to share that, but that's not the topic of my video today. My topic really basically, I'll think about that in a minute. I'll like this and then we'll talk. I wonder why my president Joe Biden isn't talking about the structures on the moon. Why isn't our president showing us the things that are going on in our country? I'm going to make a video about that, just specifically about that. But in my community, I did share a Bruce Sees All video, a really good one. I hope you will watch. Excuse me a minute here. Um, but my issue today is my government, any government, does not own the water on this planet. And that pisses me off. Maybe it's the Aquarian in me, but I'm an air sign, you know. But in communication with the waters of the world, literally, um, through the ether. So you ones that talk like that, you know, and if you know, even if you don't talk like that, but you're aware of that, um, that is something that an ability that they're trying to hinder in people is one of our God-given abilities of communication by way of taking care of ourselves and being aware in difficult situations with that guidance, you know. They're trying to take our guidance as human beings or even think of yourself as a young God, not God himself, but made in his image. And we're forming to be more like him, and they are trying to hinder us, you know, and I'm not letting it happen. Neither is God. But I don't know. I think really the topic of my video, and I'm not sure because it's all over the place right now, but is the Spirit of God and is the spirit of Satan working in men, but are they each an individual man unto themselves, their own souls? I'm telling you, yes, they are. Although they can work in the hearts and minds of men or women, it's just like me speaking in your mind. It's no different. No different. Spirits that have embodied flesh control the planet right now. That's what we're battling. We're not battling the flesh. Oh, well, who gives a fuck? Excuse me. I'm still talking to those spirits that are embodying the flesh that God gave his humans. And you don't belong in it. You never did. So they didn't participate correctly to be included in any kind of family situation. It's like the nasty uncle that you really don't want to invite to your Thanksgiving meal, you know. I'm not talking just like maybe he doesn't take a bath or he's a street person or he's on drugs. No, I'm talking about a vile, maybe even like a sexually explicit around tiny ones or, you know, that type of filth, total trash and scum. And that's what I'm talking about. I think that's what I'm talking about today. So, yeah, I had a rough night and it was stupid. I ate Cheetos yesterday. I have not had them for, I bet, 10 years, and I did forget I like the crunchy ones best. And last night, Doug says, those are my Cheetos. And I said, fine, I'll just come out there with the bag and cram it down fucking throat. You know, you can have them. Then he told me what he ate, what I was going to eat. These puff pastry cheese things were bad after he already ate them. Narcissists are good at that. Trying to wreck anything you eat is what it is. So this morning he went to have a corn dog, and I said, those are mine. You know, and said a few other things to him just to act like him, you know. I thought it was funny anyway. But so I had about 2 or 3 cups, or, you know, like about that much Cheetos out of a big party bag. And I forgot I liked the crunchy ones better. They were pretty gross. I might try them again tonight just to no, I don't think I'm gonna have sunflower seeds. They were bad. Um, but I did forget I liked the crunchy ones. Better than just the regular ones. They'll probably end up being kitty food because I don't like them. If I ever liked Cheetos, just some regular ones, I don't anymore. So, ish. Yeah, they were bad. And my puff pastry thing, it was smoky cheese and jalapeno in a puff pastry. I had 2 of those. Oh, they were great. See, Doug made the mistake of warming his up, and I think he put butter on it too. which turns the puff pastry into nothing but total grease, It's because he got it in a bakery because of the puff pastry, but it's not like a cinnamon roll. You don't want extra butter on it. At least I wouldn't, because the dough is nothing but fat and flour. It's just shortening and flour, vegetable oil, or soy, most likely. So that lecithin, soy lecithin, is emulsified, so the particles are finer, and when you eat it, it turns into a plastic inside of you. Well, I'm doing good today. It's like, yeah, I used my plastic to do my push ups and some leg exercises. So, yeah, I'm not backing down on that. I feel like I used to feel. It's like, just get out of my way. That's the best position you can be in. And if you're not alongside of me, just get out of the way because you will get hurt. So that's the mood I've been in lately, and I'm not about to change it. I've been nice for too long. That's a real thing, and I'm not guaranteeing that anymore. Here's to that. you know. Oh, I got contacted by an old friend today, Richard Avery. If you're watching, howdy, partner. How's it doing over in, let me see, you're in, geez, I was worried too when that place was blowing up. He was in, off of the east coast of Africa on them islands. It might occur to me where you are. I forget the name of it right now. It's been a while, you know. But anyway, he did have a YouTube channel, 007 0H0H7007. Or then he had one double O DOUGHBLBLE OH7, I think, and one other one through the years. So yeah. But I looked up on Facebook, he contacted me, but I looked up because he's got his name Richard Avery, or some guy, Richard Avery, and he plays music. So I looked that up on YouTube here and I didn't see anything. But I didn't copy your name or his name. He was on another friend's channel, Paul over at What the Flock TV, but I didn't follow the link because I was listening and participating in the live stream. So, yeah. But he's got, I think you got another channel. I just don't know you yet. So, I don't know you, man. No, I do. Welcome if you're here. Yeah. I have softened a little bit in some of my ways, as far as maybe realizing that although people might have pieces of the puzzle, they've also been deceived by people that they had trusted in their lives, and that will be the topic of my video. Um, you can't expect amnesty if you're not going to admit what you've done. I mean, then you're forgiven. It's a given, you know. But there can't be forgiveness. There's absolutely no amnesty, though, without admission. The forgiveness is a given, but amnesty for their crimes, that's not necessarily going to be a thing. So that is the topic of my video. you know. Who you think I am? Amnesty International over here? Yeah, they were quite the group back in the day. Kind of a shill type group and outfit that had a worldwide, I'd say, dark cabal influenced rebellion type independent of all governments and helping the rebel, type of idea in life. That was my outlook on what they were doing with their newspaper and the people they would help back in the 70s. And you know they kind of fell away into the 80s and 90s. And oh, they're around, but yeah, they were a big deal in the 70s. Yeah, I really don't care who did what. Admit what you did, face up to it, and amnesty's a possibility. But first is the admittance and the squelching of said activities. Period. End of it. Besides that, there's forgiveness and then nothing else. So and that's the way that goes. And just think of, like, okay, think of a bottomless pit, like a never ending hunger, or um falling forever. I mean, you might find a ledge or a stairway, but it's like playing Mario, and but you never get up to save the princess because there's just not enough tunnels or anything. It's a bottomless pit, and you keep going down, and there's no place to really rest. It's a continuous fall with no rest, fighting um, bats and all kinds of stuff, zombies and monsters, and a continuous want for the word of God through people with no ears to hear. You know, that's what's going on right now. Actually, is people don't have the ears to hear because pains in their life have made them selfish and turn their hearts cold. Their hearts have waxed cold against other people. As a well, there's two reasons: protection mechanism that can be abolished quickly, but when it's bred into you, and it's just what your family does, and it's an art of coldness, that takes some coming out of. But calling Christ to help, and the people that represent his heart, the heart of God, those are the people that are going to help you out of that situation. Yeah, it was a bummer when I watched somebody try to change my mindset in the middle of a live stream, telepathically hearing me and then turning it off with my thoughts. I shut right out of it, and I told God, or asked God, to give me that remembrance of that issue through something else that I can present to people when it's the right time. And that's just how it will go. Yeah, I get my prayers answered in a lot of ways. Satan does his dirty work to me constantly, but God also blesses me constantly. So it's as good as it's going to get on this planet right now, you know, till people accept Christ into their hearts and realize that it's not a punishment and it's a whole lot more fun to be an intelligent, kind person than it is not to be. And guess what? Good people really do smell better. There's a sulfuric mixed with kind of like poopy smell to people that carry that demonic spirit. And that's probably why they invented perfumes. But it is true. Yeah, that's the true black goo. I heard something, can't prove that it's true, but it does make sense to me. Maybe not all of them, but that they're actual entities, some meteorites that fall to earth that people had went to examine the area where they fell, and they found kind of like a goo on the ground. Maybe that's mushrooms, maybe that is satanic um uh inspired and not natural to our planet, those spores. Because if you look into like the candida spore, it's a fungus that's in people naturally that grows with sugar and can be propagated into cancers and other diseases. But it's the disease that comes out of that is like the syphilis worm. It's the closest description I can give you to the base entity that conglomerates the satanic spirit, is in literal bug form within human beings. And it can possess. If you don't know that you have the dragon inside of you, if you're not aware of that with everything that you think and do through your day, it's got you. You're not the dragon, it is. But if you take the flesh and say, I'm the dragon, and I just put the heart of God in this beast, then they know they're in trouble. Because you took what they tried to destroy you with and turned it into the worst monster they could ever. This is what they created, and their intelligence mixed with the Spirit of God and His guidance. It's His original monster. That's what they ignored. You know, that's that old denying the cornerstone. When you got a little kid that learns how to manipulate the manipulators and then they find out, that would piss me off too. You know? And I bet that kid would have been put through hell after that. Yes, I was. Motherfuckers. So, anyway, with that said, with you guys that kind of roll like that, just a minute, I'll be with you. I've seen it all. You know, literally. Nothing surprises me. Um, some things might have hurt my feelings in the past, but I've accepted the fact that I'm not going to settle for less than I want in my life, but I will accept my let me see the right word for that. Just wait. I'm gonna light a cigarette and see how far this video goes. I'm going to accept my plight in life gracefully and without bitterness, because I know that God lives in my heart. And just like the satanic force, I can't prove anything I'm saying. But with what I show as far as the languages and what I tell you, the different things I'm living through or have lived through, that's up to you whether you want to look into what I'm talking about with the languages. How deep do you want to investigate a word? How badly do you want to know the truth? You can just listen to what I tell you is true because I don't lie, or you can actually take every word and analyze each word. Yeah, it takes time. That's all I did when I was a kid. Every day, not a day went by when there's not a day of your life that goes by that you're not learning a new word or something along those lines. Well, I didn't realize the reason for it when I was a kid. I thought that was just the natural progression. But then I noticed that not everybody around me was doing the same thing. And that seemed a little odd, but I was still kind of proud of myself. It was like, well, that's okay. I guess someday I'm going to use these words, And, But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, well, this is rather boring. People like strangers would be impressed with how I could articulate something, as a little kid. And then I passed that on to my sons. And although they let substances get in the way of even their vocabulary, you know, let alone any kind of esoteric knowledge. A little bit. A little more with the older one. I got a Luke and a John. Lucas. Jonah. Jonathan. David. Larson. So, but yeah. But like I say, Christ did come here to forgive everybody. But you have to ask and stop doing what you're doing that's crappy. And when you mess up, ask for forgiveness again and stand back up. That's simple. Because he's seeing you low anyway. Stand up. It's a lot happier to look in the mirror and say, I love you, than it is like, whoa, that looks like a witch. There's a witch. Hey, boss, that's a witch. Oh, no, my boss is a witch. At least he thinks he is. I call him Satan. The reason I say boss on this planet, I only have one master, and that's the Almighty, the Spirit that's on this planet through human beings. That's the only buddy I listen to. I don't take advice from people. I listen to them if I admire what they're doing and I can see a point of view and even consider or like somebody's point of view, even if it differs. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I only listen to God. So, all right, that is, the theme of my video is something about not having amnesty, not necessarily so. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, everybody. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. And thank you for joining me. And did you see the cool thing when you give a thumbs up? And if you'd share, awesome. Thank you. Bye bye.